So this is an extension of
energetic housekeeping.
Yes, we are extending this a little bit because it's a really important topic that we felt when we got to the end of it that we just had more to say. We're going to go right into some of the other awesome, easy, beautiful things, which would be off the top of my head, how to incorporate nature into your home, how to bring that life force into your home in the form of living, breathing, feeling plants. Plants have feelings, some more than others.
I was a vegetarian for like 4 years. I've gone kind of back and forth throughout my life. And I remember, though, this was when I was in high school, and my sister would torment me and be like, what about that head of lettuce? It had a family.
Okay. Things could, yeah. I don't know about all that nonsense.
Right.
You know, because you'll always see people talking about how they kill plants all the time, like how they cannot keep plants alive.
Right.
Which there are fickle plants. Like, I'm not an orchid person. I don't fuck with orchids.
I don't understand. Like, it seems like an orchid would be so fucking easy.
Yeah, but there's something with the light and the temperature, and they have to have holes in their pots for oxygen breathing. Like, their roots have to not be submerged or something.
I think it does. I think the roots get tangled up and cause issues, because I also struggle with orchids. But my mother-in-law, who makes it her life's mission to try and kill every plant that she has. I've rescued several plants from her home. And there's actually a funny story that we can talk about with this. But she has this orchid that my dad got her for Easter like 3 years ago that's just thriving. And I'm like, I don't understand this at all.
No. And succulents, I'd throw succulents in there too, because they also need a different soil mixture. I don't do a lot when it comes to like looking at the chemistry of the soil or like testing it. I'm like, I get fresh potting soil. I try to like revive them every year and I water them.
I feel like a terrible gardener every time I go online and I try to read stuff, because I did buy a soil testing kit for my garden last year. I did not actually use it.
Yeah.
But I did buy it.
I know. I bought and I am going to use it this year, hell or high water. I bought one of those watering hose contraptions where you basically like put flexible piping all down.
Oh, irrigation.
Yeah. Thank you. God, that word was not coming to my brain. So I got the irrigation. So like you hook up the hose and then it splits off and it does and it waters. And I am going to do it this year because that just makes my life a lot easier. Right. I love gardening, but I definitely reach a point come July into August where I'm like, oh my God, the garden. Especially when I have so much to do.
I know. I feel the same way, but it is a part of my like morning meditation.
Yes.
In the summer. So I go out.
It will be this year too.
Right.
Yeah.
I listen to my like whatever I need to listen to for the day and water my plants. And last year we put a sprinkler in because we were going away and we were like, okay, let's like try and find an alternative way other than paying somebody to come to the house twice a day.
Right.
To water our garden. So we did a sprinkler and we kept it hooked up all year. And I would go out there every morning still, but I really miss the act of watering my plants.
Yeah. It's nice though to have those alternatives because naturally life does come up and.
Right. And honestly, it did thrive.
Yeah. With the sprinkler. Yeah. I know. That's what I feel like too. Like I just want to get to it. Did you have it set on a timer?
Yeah, I bought a timer and put it on the end of the spigot.
Yeah.
And did it that way.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
It was great, honestly.
Yeah, just spend a little bit more time.
And I had like 3 random sprinklers just hanging out in my shed, so.
That's fascinating. I don't think I have that problem, but one of the things about energetic housekeeping that's been bugging the shit out of me is my garage. So like we talked about clearing out spaces and you'll see these different trends where it's like, if you want to clean out your junk drawer, then you're going to want to organize your sock cabinet. And when you organize your sock cabinet, then you're going to want to organize your walk-in closet. And you know how one leads into the other, which is so true. I will pause that just to wrap up and come back to the plant thing, because between gardens, which is like an outdoor living space, and indoor spaces, But they also have these great tower gardens that you can get, the hydroponic gardens that you can
I keep
buy.
looking at the indoor ones.
And all of that has fantastic energy associated with it for sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
I want to invest in one of those for next winter.
So even if you're listening and you're like, well, I have a small ass apartment in, Minneapolis, you can still have a garden.
I love you small apartment people in Minneapolis.
We do. And Fargo. Can I get an amen? Is there a Fargo listener out there?
Do you know anybody in Fargo?
I don't, but apparently there's shocking. Wrestling has a big thing to do in Fargo. So it's been brought up more than once. And I'm like, oh, cool. Can't wait for that competition.
Woohoo.
I think it's Worlds is actually held in Fargo, North Dakota.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Why do they've picked very interesting places to have worlds? But I digress.
So yeah. So the other thing is, about spring cleaning. So we are in spring. Kristen, this is definitely more your cup of tea, but talking about the different solstices that exist with the seasons and the changing of the seasons. And even if you do live in a tropical place where maybe you don't think the seasons change as drastically as we do up here in Pennsylvania, where everything in the spring comes back to life and then everything thrives in the summer, and then in the fall it all starts to wither away and go dormant again. Naturally, you do still have solstices because of the rotation of the earth around the sun and
Correct.
All of that. So it still does exist, and the energy does shift and move and all the things.
Right. So for us, we're in Pennsylvania. We have the spring equinox coming up. It'll probably be here by the time that this is released. But really, for us, is when our days and our nights match. And in terms of sunshine, right? And a lot of it, for me, is in welcoming new energy. When you live in a place where you feel like you don't get that much sunshine, I think a lot of us deal with seasonal affective disorder without even knowing it on some level.
Right.
And so when spring comes in, it's an opportunity to reinvent yourself, welcome new energy into your home, welcome new energy into your life, and really lean into a season of balance.
Yes. Oh, I love that word. Yeah, that's a good word for this, for sure.
Part of that can be in your cleaning rituals, like we were talking about. Part of it can be just in how you're changing your routine up, or like your morning routine or your cleaning routine or any of that.
Yeah. And I think too, it's interesting when, you start pairing a spiritual path with things that you have done your whole life or that you've heard your whole life, like spring cleaning. That term spring cleaning, it stems from, it has to have a historical meaning that goes back to what some of this is to do with the equinox and the seasons changing and that new energy, like that breath of new energy. And I was even thinking about like the household chores where it's like dusting and cleaning things off. Yes, there's probably an allergy related thing that's helpful when you get rid of dust, because that's dead skin cells and whatever else floats in the air and all that fun stuff when you think about it. But I think it also has to do with energy and just keeping things fresh. And, so for me, a big push right now is I've been kind of running inventory in my brain about like, where in my house do I need to spend some energy and some time to, because we've talked about this before, where I live in a home that is lived in. Right. I don't need things to be perfect. Everything doesn't need to be in its place every moment of every day. But there is a sense of, when was the last time I actually did that, right? Like the kids' dressers, my clothes. Like, when was the last time I really went through and did an inventory to be like, do I want this? What's the book that was like real popular like 10 years ago?
Marie Kondo.
Yes.
The magic of
giving shit away.
It's tidying up. The magic. Is it the magic? Give your shit away.
I don't know.
Marie Kondo says, give your shit away. Have you seen her Netflix show?
I've seen it on Netflix, but I haven't watched it. Is it good?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's talk. Let's discuss. Neither of us have seen it.
Have you seen it? Is it good? I don't fucking know. But I did start it the one day.
Yeah.
I didn't get very far.
Okay. Well, maybe That was
She seems so lovely, though. When I started watching it, I was like, wow, this
I
is
think
somebody
she's
who's really
Japanese.
joyous. She is. And I did read an article after she wrote that book. She had children.
Yes.
And then she came out and changed, revised
some of
things.
the views. Yeah, because, well, kids spin everything on their heads. So you're like, I'm never going to do this. Then you're like, well, that was a lie. I'm definitely going to be more flexible in this way. Yeah. Well, you have to.
Right. And no matter how you envision your space to be, spring is perfect time to, when you are doing those housekeeping things and you're getting rid of stuff, to visualize any stagnant energy.
Yes.
Leaving your life.
Yes.
You know, it goes out with what you're pushing out.
Yep.
Right?
For sure. And if, sometimes I always get in my head about like the affirmation or the mantra that I should say when I am doing a smudge or just a purification of the energy. And really, it's so simple. Like whatever comes into your brain, you can say that. And it has meaning behind it.
Right. I welcome in the new and let go of the old.
Yep.
Like it can be that simple.
Yep.
Or you can get very detailed if you want to be like, listen, spirit guides, I got some shit for you to release.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And
get this motherfucking energy out my life.
Bye-bye. Goodbye. And that's so true. Like, I feel like just bringing in...
I'm hitting everything.
Well, I know. It's a tight little space over here.
No, it's...
And it's now snowing. When you live in Pittsburgh, okay, you just really need to be comfortable with being flexible with the weather. You can't...
You know what they say? There's no bad seasons, no bad weather, only bad gear.
Bad gear?
Yeah, meaning like the inappropriate footwear or the inappropriate clothing.
Yes. Okay.
For those of us that like the type 2 fun.
What? I am not. What's type 2 fun?
It's like anything that's really demanding or like you hate it in the moment. And then when you get to the end,
like a cold plunge?
Super. That's type 2 fun. Yes. Rock climbing.
Oh, fuck that.
Running. Hiking.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. I can get down with running.
Right. Like anything that's kind of adventurous that takes some real effort to get to the fun.
Inertia.
Yes.
How about that word for today? Balance and inertia.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I should probably incorporate more type 2 fun into my life. I need to be doing a little bit more of that moving of my body.
Cleaning out that energy.
I've been thinking a lot about that and just, what I was listening to something last week and it was about self-care and how, as women and as mothers, especially as mothers, because we have humans that we're raising, we always put ourselves last. And self-care can be like, it is moving our body and prioritizing that. And I don't know if
it can be like when you have self-care can be as simple as you have one bathroom in your house and you take the first shower.
Yeah. Yep. I need to do more of the moving of the body. And again, not for like weight loss or any of that. It's just the moving of our bodies. Our bodies are meant to be bodies in motion. We are meant to be beautiful, flowing, all the things, not stationary, sitting at our desks for 9, 10, 12 hours a day. That's not how we were designed to be. So it's just like, it has nothing to do with really exercising, more just like moving your body, getting the blood flowing. And
right. We talked about how everything is energy.
Yeah.
And energy is not meant to be stagnant either.
No, God. Ew, stagnant. Like when you find something in your kid's room and you're like, how long has this been in here?
Right.
And then they drink it and you're like, no. That's really just the baby that does that shit. But like it's
my husband still does that shit.
No. Like, have you ever tasted water that is clean water, but it's been on your nightstand for 4 days? It does not taste good. It has a taste to it.
I won't do it.
Okay.
I mean,
so you've never accidentally
No, I have.
drank
I
cold
have,
water.
and it's terrible.
Yeah.
But I won't do it. I won't do it. I do feed it to my plants.
I do. I was going to say that too. I was like, well, I do feed it to other living things that aren't going to talk back to me.
That's right.
You're going to have this
My
4-day-old
plants have a
water.
problem.
Look, did you see what's blooming?
I just noticing that while I was talking. I lost my train of thought earlier because I looked up and your Christmas cactus was blooming and I was like, oh, squirrel.
I know. And I love that the flowers are like origami.
Mm-hmm. They're so beautiful.
Ooh, that's another type 2 exercise for Rachel right there. You want to see Rachel probably... No, that's more mental, right? Not physical type 2.
I wonder if there is a terminology for that.
There's got to be something.
Right.
An origami, sewing, crocheting, anything that like takes that hand-eye coordination and...
Right.
Like have you ever looked at an origami instruction? I just was
Is it like IKEA instructions?
Yeah, you look at it and you're reading it and you're like, nope, this is not computing. What do you want me to do?
Right.
Huh? Who do you want me to, what?
I volunteered at the school last week.
Oh, I saw.
And I had to make 30 or more tropical monstera leaves.
Monstera, yes.
Out of green construction paper.
Cutting with scissors?
With scissors. And very detailed. Like you created folds in the paper to make it look like a real leaf and holes like a real leaf.
Bet you didn't miss cutting with construction scissors, did you?
My God. Well, I will say this. The art teacher had given me like a big pair of scissors,
yes,
which was nice.
Yes.
But the detail work,
yes,
I had a blister on the end of my pinky.
I bet you did.
I did it for 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
At the end, I was like, oh my God.
See, that's the kind of shit that they should do for like, okay, get a grip. Like that should be instead of waterboarding terrorists, they should be like, okay,
make 30 fucking tropical leaves right now
out of construction, little tiny kid scissors. Go. And then if you fuck it up, then we'll waterboard you. But instead of 30, it's like 3,000. Like give them some crazy number.
I want this
or
jail
sort,
to look like a tropical fucking paradise.
Sort seed beads into colors.
Oh God, that's terrible.
I used to
don't know how people work with those.
I used to be real into beads. I used to love them. I could never do anything like, I mean, I just made like single. I will show you one of the necklaces I still have that has a Grateful Dead bear bead on it. Oh, I loved the Grateful Dead bears. I hated the Grateful Dead music. I'm still like not a huge fan. There's a few songs that I think are great.
I feel like I'm the opposite. I'm like, I can get down some Grateful Dead.
The
but
Deadheads.
Like, why?
I feel like Deadheads. What was it like? Deadheads, Fish.
Fish. Fish has a huge following.
Huge following.
Right.
And I don't. You either love it or you're like, I don't get it. I don't know.
So you're just not into jam bands.
I guess not.
Yeah.
I guess not. And I used to have all these seed beads, like the one that's on my prism, right? Mm-hmm. And I had this shag carpet. My parents had this shag carpet. It was red shag from the 70s. And man, when my beads would fall, it's real hard to get seed beads out of shag carpet. That's just another exercise, if the government's listening, that you could put in place to inflict mental turmoil on people. Just dump a bunch of seed beads and shag carpet. There you go. You're welcome.
Here she is, solving all the world's problems.
That's right. I don't think I'm going to get a call. All right, so we got solstice plants.
I'm real mad. No, I'm not giving up on this.
Okay.
I'm real mad about the fact I've been angry for better part of 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
That
what did I do?
You didn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
The man did it. I'm too old to join the FBI.
Oh, yeah. 37. That's a cutoff.
That's some bullshit.
You don't want to be part of the FBI, though.
I got real excited because when I got my Part 107 license to fly drones, I was like, oh my God. I had put it on LinkedIn and I had added it. And then I got a job listing sent to me through LinkedIn.
Yep.
And it was for a drone operator in the FBI. And I was so excited because I've secretly, apparently always wanted to be a secret agent.
I think you can still be a contractor with the FBI.
Nope. Said it in the job description. 37 fucking years old. Your life's over after... What? Your life is over after 37.
Over. That's how the Canadians say over. Over. I see. If I was to join over and out, if I was to join any of those, I don't think it would have been the FBI. First of all, we always joke because I have this like detective side to me where I'm always like, oh, it's my fucking intuition is what it is. It's my spidey senses, now. But, and I have actually helped solved crimes in my community because I'm like hyper aware of when shit is happening.
Right.
When they say, what is it? When you see something, say something.
When you say.
When you say. Shenay.
Watch me nay.
And so part of me has always wanted to be a detective. But, I'm one of those like, well, I don't want to do it then. And I don't want to do it in this instance. And if I have to be a cop first, I'm definitely never going to be a detective because I have no interest in being a police officer.
I would be a terrible police officer.
I would be a terrible police officer too.
To wrap this up.
You said you had a funny story.
My mother-in-law had a plant that, her children naturally give her a liberal amount of hell because she kills all the plants, right? All the house plants. And she was very proud of this one plant that she had not killed. It was a fake plant.
Wow.
Oh,
did she water this fake plant?
Yes, ma'am, she did.
Well, it probably was growing real plant now. Real bacteria.
Anyway, I think that we need to expand on these topics a little bit further. So I got creative the other day and I created an ebook all about energizing your space.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah. Because you were energized in the moment.
I was.
To get it out of your brain and onto paper. And man, you did a good job.
Thank you so much.
Damn good job. Damn good job. Many props to Kristen. I think this is the first of many because naturally we are creative spirits at heart and we have the joy of, doing this passion project with the podcast, but then also coupling it with tangible handheld things that are also necessary for some folks, like having something that they can read, that they can write on, that they can reference.
Right.
That caters to a lot of people out there.
Right. So you'll be able to print it out.
Yeah.
It's, I think, 19 pages. So not too much.
Yeah. Or you can just have it on your phone and
exactly
boopity boop, look at it that way too. So, all right. Well,
thanks for joining us, friends.
Yes.
See you later, Fargo.
The two mystic mamas. All right. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye.